He's at center court ready to jump with Peck, and Burgess wins the tip-off. So Clark will control it for the Yellow Jackets. Dressed out in their yellow and gold, or yellow and blue. I was going to say yellow and gold, but that'd be a little bit redundant.
Tonight's officials, Matt Fisher, Brad Davidson, Mark Harden.
Springdale Harbor wants to open things up in a bit of a man defense here. Hutchison on the drive around the defender for the first 2 points of the ball game.
Nice drive, nice way of going into the left there by Hutchison, giving the Yellow Jackets the early lead.
Hutchison finished with 17 points, I believe, last night against Marion. So one of the leading scorers for the Yellow Jackets. As Wes mentioned, Tyler Perry, Tyler Garrett, a couple of the leading scorers for the Wildcats. Garrett with it on the weave, wants to hand it off to Buchanan. Shot, no good. Peck tried to take that one up. And now Buchanan's going to be called for a hip check.
Looks like Harbor's going to extend that man-to-man all the way full court.
Now Ragsdale comes to guard Hutchison. They do get it inbounds, and here's Clark working against Buchanan. Chun left alone at the top of the key. He'll work it over for Burgess, back to Hutchison. Saw Hutchison work it both inside and out. That time, Clark with a miscue, thought someone was going to be there, and nobody there but open space. Here's Buchanan working to the left now.
That's one thing Wynne can't afford to have is some unforced errors tonight.
3-point shot from Perry off the mark.
Perry would have stepped in about a foot closer. I think that would have went in because it was just a little short.
Burgess working it now for Hutchison. Back what I was saying about Hutchison a minute ago. Saw him shoot a few three-pointers last night. Also saw him do some work inside. There's a shot from just inside the three-point line from Burgess, and he'll get it to fall, and now it's a 4-0 lead for the Yellow Jackets in the opening 2.5 minutes of this ball game. Springdale yet to find the bottom of the basket in the opening 2.5 minutes. There's a shot from Ragsdale. Off the mark, long rebound, goes to Perry. Perry drives with a little floater. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Wildcats, so that'll give it over to the Yellow Jackets. They had a chance to add on to this 4-0 lead. Take a look at that jump shot from Burgess just moments ago.
Nice job of squaring up to the basket there by Burgess. A couple of times last night he forced that shot and he wasn't always squared up.
Clark trying to make it around Buchanan, and he gets it into the front court. Runs right into the double team. There's Hutchison on the three off the assist. No good. They're going to say it was last touched by the Wildcats.
Harbor.
Clark slaps the ball, ready to set it in motion. There's Burgess. Oh, and he went up and down. Tried to split the defenders.
Actually, it was hit also by a Wildcat, so they're going to call that a held ball. It's going to go to the Wildcats.
Josh Ezel checking into the game for Peck. We saw him come in and block a few shots last night against the Raiders, and standing at 6'9", you can understand why that's not too difficult for him to do.
6'9", and the long arms. He's got the wingspan.
And it looks like Ty Douglas is going to have his work cut out for him, trying to guard the much taller Ezel. There's Perry on the shot, no good. How about Douglas fighting against Ezel to get that rebound? Yellow Jackets come up with it. 4:45 remaining in the first. Clark leaves it with Burgess on the elbow. Thought about the three, but he'll drive inside. Shot no good. Douglas fighting for the rebound, doesn't get it. Perry bringing it back the other way now. Now Garrett with a crossover, leaves it with Perry. Perry with a nice feed down low to Ragsdale. Ragsdale can't connect on the layup, dishes it back out. 3-point shot from Garrett, off the high bounce, no good. Chun comes up with it, gets it to Clark.
That was a nice pass of Perry into Ragsdale. Ragsdale's got to finish that. we're going to have an offensive foul.
Yep, Clark just pushing against the defender there and led a little bit too much with the shoulder.
And we got a sub trying to come in. They didn't see him in time.
Yeah, so they'll.
And referee says, my bad, I'll get you next time.
Yeah, Parker Weiser trying to check in for the Harbor Wildcats, and he'll have to wait a few more minutes. 4:03 remaining here in the first quarter. Still 4-0, Yellow Jackets lead. Garrett with a under the basket dish out to the corner for Buchanan. Shot's no good. Goes right back into the hands of Garrett, and now he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Foul's going to be on Burgess.
I have to think that three-point shot from Buchanan worked almost like an assist. He shot it over the basket right into the arms of Garrett.
And the first point for the Wildcats comes at about halfway through the quarter.
See, there's that shot right into the arms of Garrett, and then Garrett leaning into Hutchison.
Garrett missed the second free throw.
But that foul was actually called on Burgess and not Hutchison. Just 2 team fouls on the Yellow Jackets here in the first half, 1 on the Wildcats. And Ezel nearly leapfrogged his own man trying to block that shot. Layup no good, and it's going to be Weiser that comes down with it. Weiser with a wide open look behind the three-point line will pull it down instead, and they work it back around the horn. Ezel sets a screen. Garrett will travel. So we are still in the first quarter.
And there's just no offensive rhythm for the Wildcats here in the first quarter.
3-point shot on the way from Douglas, off the mark. Ty Douglas had a wide open look, but a very early shot in that possession for the Yellow Jackets. Perry with it now, working to the right, finding Garrett in the corner. He wants to drive baseline, double clutch move against Douglas, and Douglas is going to pick up the foul. Garrett goes back to the free throw line. He's got a chance to make it a 1-point ball game. Great drive, created some separation with the head fake, and right into the defender there. First one up and good. Garrett 2 for 3 from the free throw line.
That's one thing about, we're seeing the Wildcats, they're not coming all the way up here to check in, and they're going sub, and they're staying over on their side of the bench.
Yeah, Peck comes in to relieve Ezel, and a 30-second timeout on the floor with 2:50 remaining in the first. We'll just keep it right here. Your score 4-3 after Tyler Garrett makes both of those free throws. 3 team fouls on the Yellow Jackets here in the first quarter. 1 team foul on the Wildcats. Take another look at a couple of the replays we've had here throughout this first quarter. Been kind of a long first quarter, it feels like.
Yeah, it has, and only 7 points scored between the two. We got 4 fouls already. So that was a nice. Just no offensive rhythm whatsoever by either team. We talked about Harbor, but you can say the same thing for the Yellow Jackets.
So Wynne with possession after the timeout. 2:45 to play here in the first. Clark out to Hutchison, nearly had it poked away from behind.
It's like now Harbor's gone into a 1-2-2 zone. I wonder if it looks like they're going to trap out of that zone too. It's a 1-2-2 trap.
Clark weaving through the defenders,
20,
and
yeah, that's going to be on 22.
that'll be Zach Peck picking up his first of the night. Just the second team foul here on Harbor in the first half. Chun's going to take a trip to the bench. He'll be relieved by Christopher Cross. Down low for Douglas. Now Burgess with it. He'll swing it around to the baseline. Step back jumper. Too flat. Under 2 minutes left to play now. Harbor with a chance to take the lead. Weiser leaves it in the corner. Head fake for Garrett. He drives. Going to get a blocking foul on Clark.
Almost there, just couldn't get over in time.
So that's number 2 on Cameron Clark here in the first quarter. Garrett off the mark. Got the only 3 points for Harbor here in the first quarter. He is 3 for 5 from that charity stripe, trying to make it 4 for 6. He does. He hits the second one.
Chris Grider comes in to relieve Clark. We're all knotted up at 4.
Half-court trap being played here by Harbor. 3-point shot on the way. Way too short from Grider. And the air ball goes the other way now with the Wildcats. There's a 3-point shot from the corner pocket. Good for Harbor, and that's Cole Bishop getting his name in the scorebooks. Timeout called on the floor with 1:27 left to play here in the first quarter. Just a 30-second timeout. Take another look at the replay here as Perry brings it up the floor. The defense collapses.
It's just wide open, and no one out there to get Bishop. He drained the triple. So that's the second timeout called by Wynne. They've used both their 30-second timeouts here in the first quarter. If you remember last night, they ended up using 3 timeouts in the first quarter and only had 2 the remaining of the game.
Yep, so as Wes just mentioned, 2 gone here in the first quarter for them. And it's been a 7-0 run for the Harbor Wildcats over the last 5 minutes or so. Wynne opened this one up with a 4-0 lead and haven't been able to find the bottom of the bucket since then.
Coach Parker drew up a play, and then they didn't run it at all.
What a behind-the-back pass, and Tyler Garrett can't finish it.
Right there's where you just got to go up strong. You're trying to be too fancy right there.
And a double clutch finish for Burgess. Breaks the drought here for the Yellow Jackets with under 55 seconds to play in the first quarter. A 1-point ball game. Wynne trailing by 1. Peck drives baseline around Douglas. Tried to feed it into Garrett. Loose ball. Peck comes up with it. Little baby hook from about 2 feet in front of the basket, and Peck is in the scorebooks tonight.
Good job by Peck by not giving up on that ball and getting it into the hoop.
So now with 33 seconds remaining, let's see if the Yellow Jackets hold on to it for the final shot of the first quarter. Christopher Cross trapped on the far sideline. Peck will poke it loose, and now Tyler Garrett lets the offense catch up with him as he brings it into the front court, and 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. They're going to clear out. I think Perry wants a screen with 10 seconds remaining.
You hear Coach Bowling asking for, ooh, he got away with the double dribble there.
3-point shot on the way, no good. No time remaining here in the first quarter for a Yellow Jacket full court length shot. We'll head to the second quarter. 9-6 is your score. Harbor leading Wynne with 1 quarter in the books. Second quarter action coming your way right after this.
Kick off the holiday season on Tubetown. Hubbard and Hope Furniture present live coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. Tune in December 7th at 6:30 p.m. and watch the parade live on Tubetown Channel 21 or on the Tubetown Facebook page. Don't miss the exclusive coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade presented by Hubbard and Hope Furniture and sponsored in part by these local businesses.
Andy Maness and West Cisco back here at Bearcat Arena to start the second quarter between Wynne and Springdale Harbor. Harbor leading this one 9-6 after the first 8 minutes.
And what's got Harbor the lead is the free throw shooting. They're shooting 4 for 6 from the free throw line, 66%. Wynne hasn't gone to the charity stripe yet. Wynne hit 3 for 6 from the 2-point range for 50%, while Harbor's only 1 for 7 for 14%, and 1 for 5 from behind the 3-point arc for 20%, while Yellow Jackets haven't made any. So it's that 64 for 6 from the free throw line that's got the lead for the Wildcats.
And 4 of those points coming from Tyler Garrett, the senior on this Wildcat squad. Yellow Jackets start the second quarter with possession. Christopher Cross out on the floor alongside Hutchison, Douglas, Burgess, and Grider. Grider trapped, nearly had the ball stolen away from him by Cole Bishop, and Bishop was looking like he was kind of confused there. He wondered, and that's what Coach Bolin is saying right now. Bishop picking up his first. Coach Bolin said that was all ball, man. Inbound pass nearly stolen away. Burgess somehow comes up with it, but lost it off his fingertips to Zach Peck. Harbor going the other way now. Perry finds Wright in the corner, who's into the game for the first time tonight.
I don't think we saw him last night either against the Raiders.
Hunter Wright's a senior, wearing number 3 for the Harbor Wildcats. Peck with a pull-up jumper just inside the 3-point line, no good. Tyler Garrett comes up with the rebound, and he's hacked from behind. He'll go back to the free throw line, where he's been kind of earning his living here in the first half. 4th trip to the charity stripe. And as Wes mentioned a moment ago, shooting a 4 for 6 clip. Trying to extend the lead here.
Foul was called on Chris Grider.
It has been a 10-2 run for the Harbor Wildcats since the Yellow Jackets opened this one up with a 4-0 lead. Since then, Garrett has turned it on a little bit, but Peck has chipped in a field goal from the floor, and Bishop has knocked down a triple. Second free throw, no good for Garrett. So Burgess sprinting it ahead into the front court, double teamed. Cross over to Hutchison. No look pass to Hutchison. He squares up, shoots a 3. Nearly got it to fall. Loose ball on the rebound. Burgess comes up and kisses it off the glass. Strong move by Burgess. Knew where he was and knew to kiss it right off the right side of the backboard.
Exactly what you got to do. I mean, that's what I was taught to do. When you're down low, you get it off that backboard. 90% of the time, it's going in the hole.
There's the margin to 2 points for the Yellow Jackets. Now it's just 10-8 with a minute and a half gone by here in the second quarter. Wright sets a screen for Buchanan. Buchanan off the spin. Leaves it in the corner for Garrett for 3, and Tyler Garrett will knock down the triple. His first points from the floor. He's got 8 here in the ball game. 5 of them coming from the free throw line. Leads back out to 5 for Harbor, 13-8. Hutchison drives, picks up his dribble at the top of the free throw line. 3-point shot on the way from Cross, and it's off the mark.
That really wasn't a bad look by Cross either, just wouldn't go in.
Oh, had the wide open look, and the Wildcats want to try a 3 of their own. Garrett with the rebound and a nice feed off to Buchanan, and he can't finish it off. Jabron Duggar into the game for the first time, and get it over and back there?
Yes. He got it all the way across, and then the ball hit the line.
Ezel and Ragsdale checking back into the game for the Wildcats. Garrett directing traffic. He's in the high post right now, leaves it with Ragsdale. Garrett at the top of the key, fed it down low to Duggar. Duggar on the cut with a good look, but just couldn't handle the hot pass.
The ball was tipped by a Yellow Jacket, and then it just went off the hands of the Wildcat. Off of Duggar, I guess. I couldn't remember.
Christopher Cross avoiding the trap there. Gets it out to Hutchison, and now Cross has got it again. Tried to split the defenders and ran into
I think that's
Ragsdale.
going to be white ball.
It will be. Last touch by the Yellow Jackets. I think Christopher Cross wanted the contact there with Ragsdale, but Ragsdale just got in front of him.
I tell you what, this trapping zone is giving Wynne fits. They're used to going against man-to-man defenses.
That one rims in and out, no good. Grider comes down with the rebound. Trying to pass it ahead to Douglas. Wright breaks it up, saved from going out of bounds by Duggar. Into the hands of Ragsdale. He'll slow up, pick up his dribble. Cross-court pass now in the corner for Garrett. Now here's Duggar at the top of the key for three. Off the mark. Long rebound. Wright comes up with it for the Wildcats. Duggar into traffic, and that'll be a charge as Hutchison had his feet set firmly and without a doubt owned that spot. Duggar just lost the handles on it as he tried to gather in the paint and ran into a wall there in Hutchison. 4:19 left to play here in the opening half between Wynne and Springdale Harbor. Wildcats have got a 13-8 lead over the Yellow Jackets right now. Cameron Clark back in the game. Long pass will come over here and nearly hit our broadcast position.
Yeah, Coach Parker's going to have to make some adjustments at halftime about going against this zone.
Tyler Perry from deep. No good. Garrett goes up to get the rebound. Pivots. His putback no good, but Ezel on the tip in. Ezel with his first 2 points of the ball game.
It's nice when you're 6'9" to be able to get a tip in.
I don't think he even had to leave the floor to get it. Ball goes out of bounds, going the other way now. Back in favor of the Wildcats.
And Coach Boland helped the official make that call.
Tried to split the defenders and ran into Ragsdale. Perry on the right elbow picks up his dribble, leaves it with Garrett. Garrett now for Ragsdale. They work it around. Three-point shot on the way, and Bishop with his second three-pointer of the night. First one looked very similar to that one. Just caught him on the swing.
Exactly, and now we're up to a 10-point lead for
Clark.
The Wildcats.
Nice pass by Clark. Burgess just couldn't finish in traffic. Had a tough shot to put up against the defender. Ragsdale with a touch pass in the air. Garrett now drives, kicks it out. Tyler Perry steps into it. Yes, sir. Tyler Perry, his first points of the ball game, and Coach Parker's seen enough of that. He wants to try to cauterize this bleeding while he can. 21-8 is your score. 3:04 left to play here in the first half. A full timeout on the floor, and we'll take it with them. We're back with more second quarter action here from Bearcat Arena on this Saturday afternoon, right after this.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Andy Manus and Wes Cisco back here with you at Bearcat Arena. Second quarter action between Harbor Wildcats and the Wynne Yellow Jackets. 21-8 is your score. Springdale Harbor leading this one. It was 6-9, a very close game after that first quarter, but it has not been a good quarter here for the Yellow Jackets so far in the second. Only 2 points scored. And they've given up 12, so it's been a 12-2 run.
And that's the third timeout called by Wynne. We were talking about that right before the break. They're only down to 2 left of the game.
Ball. Should that not have been out of bounds, Wes,
no,
hitting off the side of the backboard?
No. It has to hit the support or go all the way across or all the way over.
Chun lobs it into Burgess. Burgess trapped on the baseline against Ezel. Ezel right back in his face. Burgess trying to find some help. Kicks it back out. What a no-look pass from Cameron Clark into Hutchison. Clark was looking at the top of the key and just fired it down low to Hutchison, and he lays it in. Trailing by 11, the Yellow Jackets can still make some pretty plays happen. 2:10 remaining here in the second quarter. It's Bishop, Perry, Garrett, Ezel, and Ragsdale out on the floor for Coach Scott Bolin, and he wants to call a timeout. Talk some things over. Looks like it'll just be a 30-second, so we'll keep it right here with 2:04.
You saw on that replay right there, that dish from Clark all the way across to the zone there to get the last basket for the Yellow Jackets. That was a sweet pass. So we got another game coming up, the championship game between the Nettleton Raiders and the Marion Patriots. And in 2 weeks, we'll be back on the air where we're going to do the 33rd annual Berry Pruitt Hurricane Classic. We'll be there, I believe, on Friday and Saturday, just like what we did with this tournament. Teams in that's going to be these Harbor Wildcats, Batesville Southside, Jonesboro Westside, North Little Rock, Blytheville, Pine Bluff, Jonesboro, of course, and Jacksonville Lighthouse.
Oh, man, that's going to be a really fun tournament to be a part of. So back here at Bearcat Arena, 2:03 left to play here in the second quarter. Wildcats and Yellow Jackets toss into Ezel. Ezel's turnaround shot no good. He's kicking himself over that one.
Yeah, he shot over his left shoulder. He never really squared up to the basket there. That was not a good shot selection.
Yellow Jackets in the front court. Clark, Hutchison, Burgess, Chun, Douglas, the starting five back out there on the floor for Coach Parker and the Yellow Jackets. That shot blocked by Ezel. Unbelievable that he can get up that high and swat him out of the air.
Last night he had one, go second row in the bleachers. Oh, not a good pass there by Ragsdale.
Has it stolen away by Hutchison. He's fallen out of bounds, trying to save it, gets it into Clark. He's trying to chase it down, finally maintains possession of it.
Hutchison looked at Ezel and went, no, I don't think so.
That's exactly what he did. There's Clark in the corner for three. His first 3 points of the ball game. 8-point deficit now for the Yellow Jackets with 50 seconds remaining in the quarter.
And Harbor will have the possession arrow coming out of halftime.
Garrett out to Perry. 25 seconds left to play in the quarter. Perry drives, kicks it out to Garrett for three.
That one hit
into it, and yeah,
that one hit the support.
Weiser's going to come in and send Perry to the bench, or excuse me, Garrett rather. And 19.9 seconds left. The Yellow Jackets could hang on to it for the final shot. Coach Parker barking out instructions to his team.
He knows he can't get it all to tie or take the lead, but just chip away at it and come back after half.
Douglas and Ezel kind of going at it a little bit here, kind of running into each other, getting physical here, and Clark muscles up Ragsdale, and Ragsdale's going to pick up a block.
1/10 of a second left, so the only thing they can have to do is tip it. If they touch it other than a tip, it's going to be no good.
There's the tip.
No, that's not considered a tip. That's not considered a tip. Nice
little look at the basket there at the end of the quarter. 2 quarters in the books. 21-13 is your score. Springdale Harbor leading Wynne Yellow Jackets by 8. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with some halftime stats for you right after this on Tubetown.
Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time. And watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only for...
Welcome back to Bearcat Arena, where it's halftime in our third of 4 games this afternoon here on Tubetown. 21-13 is your score right now between the Harbor Wildcats and the Wynne Yellow Jackets. The Wildcats with an 8-point lead after the first 2 quarters. Tyler Garrett, the senior, leading the way for Harbor, but a little bit of help off the bench from Cole Bishop. He's chipped in a couple of 3-pointers, and he's got 6 3-points for Tyler Perry and 2 apiece for Zach Peck and Josh Ezel. And it's been a good game for Coach Scott Boland and his crew.
It has. Now, you know, we know that Perry had 30 points in the game Thursday night, and he's kind of struggled the last 2. I think he's actually forcing some shots right now, trying to get in, you know, into double digits and all that. If he'll just allow the game to come to him, he's the type of player that can control the game. But right now he's just forcing a little bit too much for the Wildcats.
Leading the way for the Yellow Jackets, Terry saying Trey. Those R and E mixed up.
He is Terry Burgess III.
Terry Burgess III. Yeah, got 2 preceding him. Terry Burgess III with 6 points in the first half for Coach Parker and the Yellow Jackets. 4 points from Hutchison, 3 points from Cameron Clark. And those are the only 3 scorers in the books for Wynne through the first 2 quarters.
And some halftime stats here to go with it on the free throws. Harbor's 5 for 8, so they're doing a good job when they're getting to the line, 62%. Wynne has not made it to the free throw line yet. On the 2-point attempts, Harbor's only 2 for 12. They're only shooting 16% from the 2-point range, while Wynne is 5 for 11 at 45%. But here's another tell right here. From behind the 3-point arc, Harbor's 4 for 11, 36%, and a lot of coaches will take 36% from the 3-point land, while Wynne is 1 for 7 at 14%. And then you have 9 turnovers by the Yellow Jackets compared to only 3 from the Wildcats.
And that was a problem that they had last night, if I remember correctly, against Marion. At halftime, they had already turned the ball over. I think it was at 9 times yesterday.
Yeah, I believe so.
So still continuing to try to work out some things early on here in the season are the Wynne Yellow Jackets. Right now they trail by 8 to the Harbor Wildcats. 21-13 is your score. We're going to go ahead and take another break, and when we come back, we'll have the third quarter of action. Of course, don't forget, coming up right after this game, the 4th and final game of this Saturday afternoon, a championship game of this Honda of Jonesboro tournament here at Bearcat Arena. It's going to be the Nettleton Raiders taking on the Marion Patriots. Don't want to miss that one. A lot of athleticism between those 2 teams, and that one is going to be a really fun one to watch. So, again, make sure you stay tuned for that. But, again, 21-13 is your score between Harbor and Wynne. We'll take a quick break and come back with the third quarter right after this.
Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time, and watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Kick off the holiday season on Tubetown. Hubbard and Hope Furniture present live coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. Tune in December 7th at 6:30 p.m. and watch the parade live on Tubetown Channel 21 or on the Tubetown Facebook page. Don't miss the exclusive coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade presented by Hubbard and Hope Furniture and sponsored in part by these local businesses.
Enjoy online bill pay and protect all your online data and devices with Tech Home and Guardware. With so many choices, options, and savings from Ritter, all you can say is, wow! Mega services, mega savings. That's Mega Ritter.
Introducing Ritter's new whole home DVR solution, the better way to watch TV. Record up to 6 of your favorite programs at the same time and watch them in up to 5 different rooms throughout your home. Manage your recordings, set parental controls, and more from your smartphone or tablet from the free Follow Me TV app. The best part, equipment starts at only $25 per month when added to an existing TV package. We just revolutionized the way you watch TV. Ritter Communications, right by you.
For your smartphones, tablets, phablets. For the browsers you carry in your trousers. Wowzers! For your big screens and small screens, short screens and tall screens, get speed that screams. From the top of your desk to the palm of your hand, it's the fastest internet speed in the land.
There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. If you're not getting your internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Kick off the holiday season on Tubetown. Hubbard and Hope Furniture present live coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. Tune in December 7th at 6:30 p.m. and watch the parade live on Tubetown Channel 21 or on the Tubetown Facebook page. Don't miss the exclusive coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade presented by Hubbard and Hope Furniture and sponsored in part by these local businesses.
Andy Manus and West Cisco back here at Bearcat Arena. Getting ready to get the third quarter started here between the Wynne Yellow Jackets and the Springdale Harbor Wildcats. Harbor leading Wynne right now 21-13, an 8-point ball game as we get set to start the third.
And neither team, like we were talking at half, has really come out blaze glory or anything like that. So don't know exactly what to expect here in the second half.
Wildcats will start the third quarter with Buchanan, Perry, Garrett, Peck, and Ragsdale. They're starting 5 on the floor. For the Wynne Yellow Jackets, it'll be their starting 5 as well. Burgess, Clark, Douglas, Hutchison, and Chun. Garrett with it right now at the top of the key, working to the left for Buchanan. Off the screen. Now they'll go in motion once again. Clark working against Chun here. Goes baseline, bounce pass all the way around to Buchanan. A wide open Perry now. He'll step into this three-pointer. Shot no good. Ragsdale coming in hot to try to get that rebound. Peck takes a spill to the court.
That's probably one of the best looks that Perry's had. I know he's shot quite a few three-pointers, but that's probably the best look he's had all night long.
Douglas coming to set a screen for Clark. Now he'll back off, gives it over to Hutchison. They work it around. Looks like they're trying to get something working in the high post in here for Burgess.
Nice.
Didn't mean to step on you there, Wes. I was going to say Chun's racing that baseline and had an open look down there, but nobody threw him the ball. The shot's off the mark and now going the other way with the Wildcats.
What I was going to say, it was a nice head fake to get Perry off his feet.
Buchanan with a bounce pass for Peck. Peck nearly lost that one out of bounds. Good defense there by Douglas. Garrett with a nice feed on a cut to Perry, and Perry just lost his balance through traffic and goes out of bounds. It'll go the other way now with the Yellow Jackets, but how about that pass from Tyler
It was a
Garrett
great
into
pass,
Perry?
and it looked like, from my angle, which is different from the official, that maybe Angelo Chun got away with a foul right there.
Clark now trying to find a screen. Douglas will roll. They set a screen for Chun. He's wide open in the corner now. Trap him, leaving Burgess open. Burgess spins, shot in the paint, off the high glass. Nice move by Terry Burgess.
Great fadeaway because Zach Peck was right in his face.
That's the first points scored here with 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Weiser getting ready to check back in, as is Bishop. Peck off the mark, and we're going to get a foul on Harbor. Got away with a little push. That's going to go on Ragsdale. That's number 2 on Ragsdale, the senior. There's that bucket a moment ago. 5:35 left to play here in the third quarter. Both teams kind of back to how it was in the first quarter, feeling each other out here.
I'm surprised they're not trying to go in with Douglas a little more and attack Peck. There it is right there.
Tried to give it to Chun on the give and go, and Chun just couldn't handle the handoff. Peck with a high pass into Weiser. Weiser's able to corral that in, and with a head fake, gets the defender in the air. Missed the layup, but he will go to the free throw line for 2 free ones.
Douglas is picking up the foul, and that's going to send Weiser to the line to shoot 2.
It's number 2 on Douglas there. Weiser gets his first points of the night. Cannot hit his second one, though. Clark double teamed. Now he have it in the corner and avoid the trap. There's a three-pointer from Douglas. Didn't look like he had his feet set at all on that. And
he was just rushing that one. And, you know, you're one of the biggest guys on the Wynne team, and he's trying to jack up a three-point shot. I've never understood that in high school basketball.
Here's Perry with it, gives it over to Bishop. Bishop, again, has knocked down 2 3-pointers here in this ballgame, so look for him to be open behind the three-point line. There's a shot from Weiser just inside the free throw line, out of bounds, last touched by the Yellow Jackets.
Sorry, I didn't mean to walk on you. I just heard him say white ball. So.
Yeah, well, the referee underneath the basket didn't have a clear look at it, so he was trying to get some confirmation on who it actually did go out on. Perry working that pivot and will now drive against Clark. That one did everything but fall. What a beautiful shot from right underneath the basket.
You can't do much more if you're Tyler Perry on that one.
Perry does come up with a steal, though. Now he takes a trip to the deck, and a timeout call by Coach Scott Bolin with 4:13 to play here in the third quarter. Just a 30-second timeout. Coach Bolin's got 3 remaining here in the ballgame, only 2 remaining for Coach Parker and the Yellow Jackets. So 22-15 your score. The Yellow Jackets scored 2 points so far here in the third quarter. Meanwhile, Springdale Harbor only scored 1.
Yeah, it's just, we're halfway through the quarter right now, and it's just not a whole lot of balls going in. We've seen some good offensive plays. It's like there's lids on both sides of the court here on the buckets, and they're just not falling.
It was 6-9 after the first quarter, and Harbor kind of opened things up there in the second, led by 8 at halftime, 21-3. And again, it's just been a 2-1 scoring difference here in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets have put in 1 field goal, and the Wildcats have hit 1 free throw. Perry trying to work against Burgess, lost the handles on it. Hutchison comes up with it. Now Clark bringing it back the other way, pushes it ahead to Burgess. Burgess, 2-on-3 opportunity. Had his shot blocked, I think. Wanted a foul, but didn't get it. Now Weiser brings it up the court. Perry thought about that 3 because he was given a lot of space over there by Hutchison. Feeds it in low to Peck with a nice pass. Peck off the glass, no good, and Chun comes up with the loose ball.
Again, a couple more attempts, it just wouldn't go down.
What a nice bounce pass into Douglas. Douglas with a quick swatch, no good, and foul is going to go against. Looks like they're going to get Douglas on that.
I believe so, and that's going to be his third foul.
Douglas is kind of clutching his chest right now. Looks like he's a little short on breath after picking up that third foul. Here's Bishop with a 3-point shot. He was set, just couldn't knock it down, and the rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets with 3:14 remaining here in the third quarter. Here's Burgess. He wants to drive into traffic. He's hacked.
And that's going to be on Peck, and that's going to be his second.
Burgess at the free throw line for the first time tonight. This is the first time any Yellow Jacket has been at the free throw line tonight with 3:09 remaining here in the third quarter. Burgess hitting the front end. As you take a look at the replay, that's why he's shooting free throws. Just ran into a couple of defenders there and kind of sandwich him. So 9 points now. Trying for double digits is Terry Burgess. And he's got them. 10 points on the night for him. Hitting the first 2 Yellow Jacket free throws makes it a 5-point ball game. 22-17 with about 3 minutes to go in the third. Weiser's going to drive against Hutchison. Hutchison, good defense, saves it from going out. Chun comes up with it. Chun weaving through traffic. Bounce pass over to Clark.
No numbers. He needs to back it up.
What a move by Clark. He was able to hesitate with his right hand and go behind his back and drive between the defender. Looked like he was trying to hit Burgess there on the right side of the lane, but it goes out of bounds, poked out by the Wildcats.
Yeah, it was a good move, but still, when it's 2-on-5, you don't have the numbers there. It's usually not going to end well for you.
Feeds it into Hutchison, and he was ready for that one, stepped into it, and he's got 7 points in the ball game, and just like that, it's a one-possession affair here with 2:35 to play in the third. Round to Bishop, guarded by Chun. There's the screen, and Bishop was expecting Garrett, I think, a little bit further back than he was. There's that three-pointer moments ago by Hutchison. Just stepped right into it. Hunter Wright's checking back into the game for Bishop. Clark working to the left.
We got some noise.
And we got some music.
And I think it's from the board.
Yeah, we got some music playing over the PA system here in Bearcat Arena, and nobody seems to know where it was coming from.
I think the new screen that they have here at Bearcat Arena, they have some students in there that play commercials during half times and all that, and I think that's where it came from. But you can't have any noise during play.
Looked like the players were ready to keep going.
Yeah.
Just a little game time jams going on.
That's what they do in practice every day.
Hutchison, right elbow jumper, knocked down the triple, and the Yellow Jackets back on top by one. They have held the Wildcats to a 1-point quarter with 1:50 to play in the third.
And that is the first lead since 4-0.
Way back in the first quarter. Here's Perry. Swing pass over here to Garrett in the corner. Head fake, driving around Burgess.
Yeah,
Burgess will send him to the free throw line. Burgess picking up his second personal foul. Third team foul here on the Yellow Jackets in the second half.
Not a smart foul by Burgess at all. Especially after you just take the lead. You got to be smart, and that's what Coach Parker's telling him.
This is Garrett's fifth trip to the free throw line tonight. He is 6 for 9. Garrett in the corner.
You saw that on the replay right there. He just drove by Burgess, and Burgess was just going to try to get what he could. And he got all body instead of all ball.
2 for 2 on that trip. Double-digit scoring now for Tyler Garrett. He's got 10 points. And the Wildcats are going to guard the inbound with full court press. Nearly forced a turnover. Clark into the front court. He's going to drive, and it's blocked by Ezel. Perry with the behind-the-back pass to Garrett. Garrett back to Perry. Perry, corner pocket three. Off the mark. Ezel with the rebound and the putback.
Again, when you're 6'9", you can do that.
And again, guarding the inbound pass. Got to find somebody to get it to. They get it into Clark. Now back to Hutchison.
A while ago when you saw Clark Ezel get the shot block on Clark, that's 5'9" going against 6'9". You're not going to win that one if you're Clark.
Chun in the corner. High post now for Hutchison. Hutchison, shot from the free throw line. No good, but Douglas is there to clean it up, and he'll go to the free throw line as he's hacked. Let's say Hutchison has gotten a little bit of confidence here in the third quarter after knocking down a couple of triples, and he pulled up on that one and didn't miss by much. Thankfully, his teammate was there to clean up the glass for him.
Exactly.
But Douglas not helping his team out any by missing the front end of these free throws. Watch, Hutchison gets the extension, and then there's the
foul right there on Ezel.
Just number 1 on Ezel. 3 team fouls apiece for each of these teams as Douglas hits his second free throw. 1 for 2 on that trip, 1 for 2 on the night with 1 point for Ty Douglas. 35 seconds remaining in the third, and it's a 2-point affair. Harbor holding on to this lead. They've only scored, I think, 5 points this entire quarter. It's been a 11-5 swing for the Yellow Jackets. But Garrett's at the free throw line right now, getting ready to shoot 2 3-ones. $11 points now on the night for Tyler Garrett.
Chris Cross and Chris Grider check in for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Hunter right in there for Harbor alongside Ezel, Garrett, Perry. and Weiser. Lob pass into Clark. Clark goes up and somehow got that one past Ezel. Ezel with his head at the probably eye level with the rim. 28-26. It's a 2-point margin.
He mistimed that jump for the block, and that led Clark to be able to go in there and get the layup.
5 seconds left as Perry drives, crosses over, feeds it into Ezel. Ezel dunks it in with 1 second left, and Chris Cross will just throw up a prayer after the buzzer. But that Ezel dunk will extend the lead out to 4. 30-26 is your score. Harbor leading Wynne, and we're headed to the fourth quarter here at Bearcat Arena. We're back after this on Tubetown.
Kick off the holiday season on Tubetown. Hubbard and Hope Furniture present live coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. Tune in December 7th at 6:30 p.m. and watch the parade live on Tubetown Channel 21 or on the Tubetown Facebook page. Don't miss the exclusive coverage of the 2017 Greater Blytheville Area Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade presented by Hubbard and Hope Furniture and sponsored in part by these local businesses.
Back here with you to start this fourth quarter. Josh Ezel flushing it through right there. He's got 6 points on the evening. And now we are ready to start the fourth quarter between Springdale Harbor and the Wynne Yellow Jackets. 30-26 is your score. Yellow Jackets a little late breaking their huddle.
And Harbor's coming back out with their 5 starters to start this fourth quarter.
Touch pass back into Christopher Cross, and now he'll send the offense into motion here. Clark double teamed on the far sideline, and they're going to get Tyler Perry, I believe, with foul number 1. Burgess will drive off the inbound. He'll get it, and he'll go back to the free throw line.
Tyler Garrett picked up the foul. You see right here, just leaning over.
And Burgess will hit his and one opportunity. Back to a 2-point ball game. Back to a 1-point ball game. 30-29 your score.
Wynne staying in that man-to-man. Been in it all night long. Well, it's a nice screen by Ragsdale. Buchanan just stopped his dribble.
Little floater in there with the right hand by Perry, and he's a little frustrated that didn't fall.
Yeah, you can see the body language. He's used to those shots falling for him.
Here's the three-point attempt from Grider, and Grider will knock that one down. And the Yellow Jackets back on top by 2 now.
And again, we were talking about Perry there with his body language there after the miss. He got to hustle and get back and play some defense. There's Garrett for 3, and it's no good. Rebound come by the Yellow Jackets.
2-on-3 opportunity. Cross into the defender, and he caught him leaning.
Yeah, that's a good call. He was already leaning backwards.
Garrett trying to set the charge there, trying to draw the charge rather, and Cross will.
You see right here, watch him. He's already falling backwards way before contact.
Cross gets the and one as well. Rims in and out. The lead remains at 4 for Wynne. Perry to Peck. Peck at the free throw line. Jumper good.
That's a good job by Perry to notice the open. Peck was open there for the 2.
Burgess up and under will finish.
You gotta hustle back on defense. And that right now, it's not. The Wildcats aren't hustling back on any kind of defense.
Perry working to the left off a screen, just pulls up. Three-pointer, no good. Burgess ahead to Cross. Cross with a no-look pass in the corner. Three-point shot from Grider. Second one in the quarter for Grider. And the lead is up to 7 now for the Yellow Jackets.
I think Coach Bowling's going to need a timeout here. His boys are looking a little dejected here to begin this fourth quarter.
Buchanan working to the left off the screen from Peck. Loose ball. Grider comes up with it. Going to slow up, gives it to Cross. Cross trying to drive. He had Hutchison in the paint, who had a little bit of space around him. It looks like that's where he was trying to go with it, but he lost it last touched by the Wildcats.
Zach Peck with his third foul. Looks like it's going to be 1-1 here for the Yellow Jackets.
Ezel checking back in, as does Bishop. So Peck and Ragsdale looks like going to come to the bench here. So it's Ezel, Bishop, Ragsdale, Buchanan, and Perry, alongside Garrett out there on the floor for Harbor.
I was getting tickled over here at Coach Parker's. One of the officials asked the calling official if he had it on the shot, and he said no. And he goes, but he was shooting. He was shooting. Nice try, Coach. That one's way on the floor.
Second one will not fall for Christopher Cross. 8-point lead here for the Yellow Jackets. Three-pointer on the way from Garrett. Garrett off the mark. Cross comes down with a rebound. Has it poked out, but Clark comes up with it. And a little reach-in foul on the back end of that play, and it looks like they're going to get Buchanan with his first personal of the night.
And again, Harbor just looks out of sync, out of sorts, a little dejected on the floor. Excuse me.
Clark now with 6 points in the ball game.
Wynne's not even putting, if you notice, the last couple of times down the floor, they're not putting any rebounders.
So 9-point lead now as Clark misses his second opportunity. Perry trapped on the baseline, gets it to Ezel. Ezel will go to the free throw line. 8 points now in the ball game for Ezel. A chance to make it 9. It looks like we're going to get the foul called on Burgess.
On Burgess.
His third of the night. 5:16 remaining in this one. What a swing here for the Yellow Jackets out of the locker room at halftime. Here in the fourth quarter especially. This is his second opportunity. Perry trapped on the baseline. Ezel's and one is good.
And that stops a little bleeding here. First points that the Wildcats have had in a while.
Burgess into Christopher Cross. Now to Clark, trying to get it into the front court. The full court press defense being played here. Here's the three-point shot, swatted back into the front row again by Josh Ezel. Second time we've seen him do that. Scratch that. Third time we've seen him do that here in this tournament. Like Anthony Davis out there, the wingspan of a pterodactyl.
Or Daniel Gafford last night for the Razorbacks, the former El Dorado player against Fresno State, 25 points and 10 rebounds with 6 blocked shots.
Clark trying to drive around the defender. Last minute dish off to Hutchison.
They're going to say he got him with his body.
Hutchison had it blocked by Ezel, and as Wes just mentioned, Ezel kind of draped over his back there, and that's why the call was made. But take another look at big 3-3 getting up here.
Rebounds with 6 blocked shots.
There's the feed off to Hutchison, and right there.
Oh, actually, his left arm's in his back.
Hutchison had it. Hutchison hits his first free throw.
Officials having a little word with Perry down there.
Second one on the way for Hutchinson. Good. He's got 12 points now in the ball game. Lead back up to 7 for Wynne. Back up to 8 now, 43-35. Here's Buchanan working to the right off a screen. Puts a body into the defender. We're going to get a charge called on Buchanan.
If you're watching right here, that head and shoulders is going right down right there. Whew.
That cannot feel good, ramming your neck into Hutchinson like that either. Cross with a wide open Grider. 3-point shot on the way. Got it over Ezel, but missed everything else. Kind of forget that you've got a 7-foot wall in front of you that you have to shoot over. Going to get a timeout to wipe up some perspiration here underneath the Harbor basket.
The chicken dance with the, looks like a chicken scratching when you're with that towel, with that with your foot there. Next time you see that, watch it and you'll start laughing. You'll think of me.
Perry into Garrett. Garrett on the far elbow. Working off a screen from Ezel. Now Bishop open in the corner for 3. Off the mark. Somehow no push in the back called. Garrett now for 3. Burgess comes up with the rebound. And now Clark will hold on to it for the Yellow Jackets. Nearing the 4-minute mark left here in the fourth quarter. It's an 8-point lead for Wynne.
And looking at that play a while ago, you were talking about for the push foul. That's a nice play by Clark to kind of get Ezel out of the way.
Well, he wanted to pass it, but at the last second decided he had to shoot it and somehow was able to hang in the air long enough to put it off the glass. That was quite impressive from Cameron Clark.
If you going back to that rebound from Weiser a while ago, there wasn't space in between them. He just, after he came down.
3-point shot from Perry off the mark. Now, Grider, fast break opportunity. He'll go up and lay it off the glass. Grider with 8 points in the ball game now. All of them here in the fourth quarter.
And I'm still surprised Coach Bowling hasn't called a timeout.
He's got 3 remaining with 3:15 left to play here in the ball game. 3-point shot on the way from Weiser. Missed everything, and it looked like it bounced off the foot of one of the Yellow Jackets, so it'll stay here underneath the Harbor bucket. Lobbing it into Weiser. Weiser trying to fire it in the paint there to Garrett. Garrett gets it, drives, and going to get a block
foul
right underneath the basket against Hutchinson.
Yep, if you look there, he was on the side of him there. Good job by the official. Right here, you'll see it right there. He's not squared up to take the charge. Good foul call.
Yeah, had his body slightly turned just to lean into the shooter there. Garrett, good on this trip. Garrett has lived at the free throw line tonight. He's only got 1 basket from the floor, and it was a 3-pointer. He's got 13 points now. So 10 of them coming from the charity stripe. Make it 11 coming from the charity stripe.
And they're still in the game. It's only a 10-point deficit.
Clark just dribbled right around the defender. Double clutch move around Ezel. Can't find the bucket.
He was trying to draw a foul, and Ezel did a great job by just standing there.
Burgess bites on the head fake. Little alley-oop lob into Josh Ezel from Tyler Garrett, and Ezel has got his 11th point of the ball game.
And it looks like Wynne's going to call a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout.
We're going to take one alongside with them. 2:41 left to play here in the ball game. 47-39, Wynne on top of the Harbor Wildcats on Tubetown.
Introducing Ritter Home Security. Ritter takes care of protecting what's most important to you, from threats like unwelcome visitors and fire, to making your life easier by putting the control of your home at your fingertips. Use the free app to shut the garage, lock the door, turn off lights, arm the system, and more. You can even turn back the thermostat to help save money on your energy bill. Plus, get a snapshot when your kids get home. It's smart, beautiful, convenient, and ready for your busy life. Ritter Home Security.
Yeah, watch it.
Andy Matus and Wes Cisco back here with you after that Yellow Jacket timeout. There's a nice little look at that alley-oop moments ago from Tyler Garrett to Josh Ezel, and that narrows the margin. However, Wynne still on top right now, 47-39. They trailed the entire game, but here in the fourth quarter, they really came alive after making several stops in the third quarter, and that allowed them to get back in this one, and some excellent scoring from Chris Grider off of the bench. Cross, Clark, Burgess, Hutchison, and Grider into the game for Coach Parker and the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds before the timeout was called.
The referee was standing right here in front of us and called the out of bounds. Coach Parker wanted the timeout and didn't get it. Oh, are they going to give it to him?
Was there a timeout or an out of bounds?
So it's a timeout for Coach Boland. Coach Parker very upset here in front of us as he is.
Okay, so here as an official, he's asking whose job is it to hear me call timeout? Well, when you're looking at a ball game and you're concentrating on calling the play, then's when you need to teach your kids to call the timeout. That's why I don't like coaches being able to call it during in play. I mean, that's a pet peeve of mine right there. That used to be whenever I played, the players had to call the timeout. Now, coaches can. Well, it's in play, and you're looking at something like what he was just looking at here on the sideline. He's concentrating on the play. He's not looking over to you to see if you're calling a timeout. So you need to teach your kids to call the timeout and don't rely on the officials to hear you.
Well said. And Coach Parker still trying to coach his team right now as they're out of position according to him. 47-39, 2:25 left to play. Bishop now for three at the top of the key. Fighting for the rebound, and Hutchison comes up with it. Here's Clark into the front court. He's going to slow it up and try to avoid being trapped here. Gets it out to Grider. Grider for three. Good! Grider with 3 3-pointers here in the fourth quarter. Give him 11 for the ball game. 50-39 your score. Here's Buchanan at the top of the key. Buchanan off the bounce pass. He hits the basket and he'll go to the free throw line.
That's be Tyler Hutchison's second foul.
Weiser's going to come back into the game for Bishop. And Ragsdale will hit his and one opportunity. Trying to get it down low to Grider on the cut. He was driving baseline, and it'll go out of bounds. 1:39 left to play in this one. It's only an 8-point ball game.
Wynne, they need to use the clock. They're pushing it too much now and trying to force things that they don't need to force.
Leaving the door open for the Wildcats here at the end of this one. Buchanan works it around to Garrett. Garrett off the screen. He's going to drive. Double clutch move. Shot no good. Ragsdale there to clean it up. Loose ball. Ragsdale's going to come up with it. 1:15 remaining. Feed into Ezel. Ezel will slam that one home. Had a little bit of authority on that one, and it's 50-44. Ezel now with 13 points in the ball game.
We got a timeout called by Wynne. That's going to be their last timeout. As you see that flush by Ezel after the pass by Garrett. So it's going to be a full timeout.
We'll take one with them with 1:01 remaining in the ball game. It's a 6-point lead for the Wynne Yellow Jackets over the Harbor Wildcats. We're back after this on Tubetown.
Until you've seen how fast it really is, some people's reaction to Ritter's 100 megabit internet might be like, 100 mega, huh? Here's how we describe it. Mega beautiful, mega fast, mega blast, mega party, mega Ritter. There's no end to your online possibilities with up to 100 meg internet speeds. In a word, that means mega fun. If you're not getting your high-speed internet from Ritter, you should. Call 888-336-4466 today. Only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Back here at Bearcat Arena, Andy Manus and Wes Cisco. Here in the fourth quarter, 1:01 left to play. The Wynne Yellow Jackets coming from behind, and they have got the lead right now by 6, 50-44. They also have possession of the basketball, and they're going to come out of the timeout with Cross, Clark, Burgess, Grider, and Hutchison on the floor. It's Buchanan, Ezel, Weiser, Garrett, and Ragsdale on the floor for the Wildcats. And a quick foul on Josh Ezel, and that'll be number 7. That'll be bonus free throws coming up here for the Yellow Jackets and Christopher Cross. Cross's free throw there, up and good. Back up to 7.
And the Marion Patriots are just now getting here, and we've got 59 seconds left to go in the game.
Of course, that championship matchup coming up next. Marion and the Nettleton Raiders. Free throw from Cross, off the mark.
And Coach Parker just said, we don't want threes. Guard the threes. Garrett with a nice little scoop and score.
Here's Clark with some fancy handles, avoiding a turnover there. I don't know how he spun around so many times without losing the ball.
And if you remember last night's game, with 22 seconds left, Harbor was down 5 to Nettleton. Come back and had a 1-point lead until that last second shot by the Raiders.
Clark will extend the lead back up to 7. Trying to close the door here on the Harbor Wildcats. So the lead back up to 7, 53-46. 38 seconds remaining. Here's Buchanan. Buchanan drives from the free throw line. Great looking shot, just can't get it to fall. Here's Clark. Clark into the front court. 24 seconds left. And Harbor coming to attack and be aggressive. Weiser's going to pick up his second foul, and that will put Clark back at the free throw line.
And Coach Parker was telling him, hold the ball, put it back, pull it back, because the kids are all in go mode.
He said, just chill. That was the instruction he just gave to the Yellow Jackets before he sat down on the bench, was just chill. Seven points here in the quarter for Clark. Give him 8 points. $19 seconds remaining.
There's going to be a foul. Did he get it? Yes, he got it.
Garrett now with 8 points here in the quarter. 16 in the game. Chance to make it a 6-point affair once again, but 17 seconds are left to play here, so could be an effort
not
too
a good
late
foul.
here.
Not a good foul by Clark.
Missed the and one. Going to get fouled on the putback. So he'll go back to the free throw line.
Burgess picks up his 4th personal.
This is the 9th trip to the free throw line for Garrett tonight. Shooting a pretty good clip as well. 15 seconds remain. Clark fouled as soon as he gets it.
Weiser with the foul, his 3rd.
Coach Parker using this opportunity to kind of use it as a timeout.
And did you hear what he said? Everybody who can, run.
Clark hits the front end of that.
And the offense for defense substitution puts Bishop back in the game for Ragsdale.
Second one falls as well for Clark. 14 seconds left, 7-point ball game. Shot from Weiser, rims in and out, no good. Grider comes up with it. 2 seconds left, and that'll be the ball game.
Coach Rowan just said no foul, don't foul.
57-50, the final here between Wynne and Springdale Harbor. The Yellow Jackets coming away with a victory here on this Saturday afternoon.
Take 3rd place in the Honda Jonesboro Classic.
And what a game and what a 4th quarter for Chris Grider as he comes up with 11 points to help secure a victory for Coach Parker and the Yellow Jackets. Great game by both of these teams, and you know, an even better one coming up next here on Tubetown. The Nettleton Raiders facing off against the Marion Patriots in the championship game of this Honda of Jonesboro tournament. We're going to step aside for a quick break, fasten our seatbelts, put our tray tables in the locked and upright positions, because when we come back, we're going to have quite a ball game on our hands. It's Nettleton and Marion coming up next here on Tubetown.